Hey, this is Dan from Boujuke Productions, and today we are doing an anime tier list. Now, tier lists, I did that in the past, and actually what I did was I actually did a wheel spinner to choose which tier list I wanted to do. So I have about maybe 8 different anime tier lists here, so I'm going to go ahead and spin one of them, and whichever one it lands, I end up doing. So let's go ahead and spin this, and it'll ring over, and then let's see which one it picks. And this is the one that I'm going to go ahead and do. Oh, okay. So it's music. Alrighty, let's go ahead and choose music. Boom. Actually, I really liked this one just because it only has like 6 or 7 shows on there, and I haven't watched a couple of them, so this will be a very easy I think anime list here. But to change that out, I'm going to go ahead and pull all of these up here so that we could discuss about them a little bit and talk about these and then rank them. Alrighty, so we are doing a music list here. So I went ahead and I researched all of the things so we could talk a little bit about them. Some of these here I won't go into all the way. The main one is DMC. I have no idea what anime that is, and I can't speak about Nodomi Cantabile right here, but at least I could show you the mal listing, kind of tell you about what about it is and what I have heard of it since it released. It released quite a bit ago. But anyways, let's get going into this. The first one is Nana. Nana is an OG music anime. Now Nana came out quite a bit ago, 2006 to 2007. It's got an 8.51. Now this one is still in my plan to watch. I haven't watched it, but I watched some of the sequel kind of like alternate stuff that it had. So there are some really good, I heard, high notes into this. It's kind of a journey for somebody who doesn't start out in music really, but she falls in love to something, and she is neighbors with somebody who is like really into the scene. So I heard it's a really good anime. I really want to watch it. It's 47 episodes, so definitely something that I definitely want to watch. I can't say for certain what it's going to be on this tier list, but let's put it at a B for now. Okay, fine. So as I said, I'm not sure where to put Nodomi Cantabile in this thing, but at least I can go into it a little bit. The first season has an 8.28 right here. Definitely has about 3 sequels to it of different things, maybe a movie. Definitely is about piano and violin, as you can see in the picture, but also it's about romance. There are actually a couple. I guess I'll put it next to that because I know it's going to be good, but I haven't watched it. Next up is Love Live. Now Love Live, I'm not exactly sure which Love Live it's referring to, so I'm gonna assume that it refers to the original, which I did watch. It was good. It was, you know, Niku Niku Ni kind of good. Okay, just a lot of characters, a lot of singing, a lot of idols, and there are so many sequels, and I just couldn't care less about this. Anime was just generic at best, and honestly didn't care for it, and yeah, hate me about it, but I just don't see the following. But I heard in Japan it has a huge following, so maybe it's just me. Maybe I just don't really care for it. Next up is White Album. Now, I'm not sure why White Album's here, the first one at least. It really doesn't put me into a music anime to me. This is more of a harem anime that has music elements to it, but it's a shit anime. Overall, just it sucks. It just drags. It's so boring. and kind of old, 2009. Animation's okay, but I think White Album 2 is better. So next up is Zombieland Saga. Zombieland Saga, haven't watched it. I heard it's really fun. I heard it has a second season, I think. It's about a girl who gets run over by a truck, good old truck-coon, and instead of dying, really, she becomes a zombie, and then she performs at these raves, basically, and these stuff. I heard it's a lot of fun. So again, back into a B. I should put this in a did not watch, but honestly, this tier list is kind of a joke at that point then. Here's an anime that I definitely watched, and this one is a coming of age. It's called Sakamichi no Apolon, or Kids on the Slope. Now this one is about a boy who is a pianist. He's a classical pianist, and he transfers over, or he starts his first day at high school, and he meets this guy who's like a kind of not a jock, but more like he's just kind of a ruffian. He's a troublemaker, and all he thinks about is drums, and not just any drums, but jazz drums. So this one is a music anime that goes into more jazzy tunes, but it's also a coming of age. They actually, it's set in like the 1930s, so you don't even realize it until they say it or they notate it, and you realize, wow, they're not living in a much, there's not a lot of technology going around them. Super good anime. Highly recommend it. It's pretty short, I think. It's like 20 something episodes, and it goes right there at an A. Next up is Beck. Now Beck, it has a huge rating, but I just didn't think of it as that good. I don't know why. Maybe it just didn't like the animation or something. Maybe it's just I'm just not into rock. So it's about a rock band that, just going out your own way and stuff. But Beck itself, I just didn't care for it. Next up is Your Lie in April. Now this is one of my favorite anime, and as you can see, 8.67. It definitely has a way of hitting everybody's hearts and stuff. And yeah, this one's kind of like Nodomi Katabel right here, where it's about a boy who plays piano, and he's not very good at piano in his time, in the present. In the past, he was the best pianist at the age of like 5 or 6. They're in junior high. He meets this girl right here who loves to play the violin, and things happen, and you cry at the very end. But it's good 22 episodes, and it's super good. Yeah, I have to put it at an S. It's just, every time I watch it, I cry at the end. So it's just a good feels anime. And overall, dub is actually pretty good too, but sub is just as good. Has great music in there as well. A lot of the pieces are very classical pieces, and I used to play the violin, so it hits home, definitely. Minus all the hospital stuff. Next up is going to be K-On! Now, K-On! Has 2 seasons, so I picked the second season. I don't know why. I think it has 3. Maybe it has 3 seasons. No, maybe it's just 2 seasons in a movie. This one is not very music. It's more like White Album, where there's some music elements, but it's really club. It's really just a school life club anime, and it follows all of these 5 girls, mostly 4, that start out and as the light music club, and they just want to play some music for fun and just be kind of cutesy, and it's very moe, and it's a hell of a fun kind of anime. Recommended A for me. And lastly on this list, this very tiny list of a tier list, is White Album 2. Now, White Album 2 was okay, it was good. Again, same thing, it's just another romance anime that has same thing, light music anime, but this one has a guy. He's got somewhat of a harem, but this one's not as bad as White Album 1. White Album 2 definitely has some great drama moments to it, and just an overall solid anime. So it's not very good like these guys, but it's definitely solid in my books. Now, unfortunately, this is the tier list right here. So to round out this video here, I have 5 anime that I'll go in that is in this tier list that I would recommend you in terms of a music anime. The first one is it's not a music anime. I don't consider it a music anime. It's more of just an action drama anime. But Vivi, Fluorite's Eyes song, super good. 8.45. It's got a lot of action scenes, a lot of fight scenes. Music is just on point. Very sci-fi. It's kind of episodic where certain portions, it has like 3 episodes here, 3 episodes here, 3 episodes here. It's because it covers a 100-year span, but you wouldn't even realize it. The next one is Carol and Tuesday. Carol and Tuesday, I heard it's supposed to get a 2nd season, supposedly, but this one was a Netflix one that I was able to watch when I did have Netflix. This one was really good too. Really loves the songs. The songs were like very original pieces. Had a good mix of music because it didn't have just the guitar and piano that shows up here. It actually had some techno in there. They had some very poppy songs. The ending song for the last couple of episodes is very good. And just an overall great feel-good anime here. And you know, you can't hate on like watching and following Carol and Tuesday to their lives, and it's not like they live in any they almost live in poverty basically, and they're just working their way up. Next up is Mashiro no Oto, those Snow Whites. Now this one has a great it's because it's shamisen, very traditional song type of music that you get from it, but then it like throws in some rock and some guitar into it. Great OP, great ED. It's fairly new, it just came out last year, so 2021, and I heard it's supposed to get a 2nd season. We'll see when it'll get a 2nd season, but an overall great anime. I would say I would give it a B. I wouldn't give it anything else. The one before that, Carol and Tuesday, I would give it a B as well, and then Vivi I would give it an A, but it's not a music anime, so I don't know if that counts. But the next one is Piano no Mori. Now this one also came out on Netflix. There's Forest of Piano. First season, the original, was kind of old. It was not the best. Then it came out with a TV actual and had a 1st and 2nd season. Those ones are better. Those ones remind me more of a Your Light in April. Very sad. A lot more classical music. I'd give it a B. It's closer to a C, but it's because it has a lot of missing notes, or the animation is off a bit, and it uses a lot of CGI, which I don't really like, or stills. And last but not least, to leave you alone here, this is Kono Oto Tomare, which is called The Sound of Life. This one is about the Koto Club. I'm not sure what the Koto is or how to play it, and I'm not sure how it's supposed to be, but it's just the club and has a pretty good romance to it. It's got a lot of music to it. The koto is a very hard instrument that I found out in this anime, but it has a really great cast of characters. They're a club. They really want to learn about playing the koto, and it doesn't strive away from being a great school life, romance, slice of life type of anime. It's got 2 seasons. The 2nd season has an 8.43, which honestly I also agree. It's got a 9. I'd give this an A. It's close to an S, but there are some points to it, especially the 1st season, that I just don't care about it as much. So definitely a solid A. Now that is the top other 5 that I had to add into this, but I'm not going to add the pictures. So that was my tier list. If you like that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I've talked so much today, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye. Actually, I don't really know why I did that, because I actually still need to end this recording.